especial. Esta mujer es miembro de Singularity University, es CEO de Womenation y presidenta de Merkaba Empire, asociación dedicada al desarrollo sostenible y humano. Integra el comité de emprendedurismo de la ONG Mujeres de Brasil. Ella cree que estamos viviendo un momento especial en la historia de la humanidad, un tiempo en el cual todos vamos a resolver la crisis y evolucionar a través de la cooperación. Será una era de mayor prosperidad, también conocida como la era dorada. Por favor, recibamos a Vivian Hanai, que nos presenta la conferencia Women and Mothers Rocking in Silicon Valley.
Hello, León. So nice to be here with you today. Muchas gracias por recibirme. Eres una gente espectacular. I'm going to show some of the women that are doing really great in Silicon Valley, and also tell a little bit about my story, so probably you can resonate with it and do amazing things with your life as well. Here is Elizabeth Holmes, founder of Doranos, that is a blood system analysis that is now worth more than $4 billion. Arita Tarko, founder of House, worth more than $2 billion, amazing. And Lynn Urich, founder of Sunrun, it's an energy system, solar system company, also more than $2 billion. So this shows that it's totally possible, totally doable for you to go for it and start a business and develop yourself and get investors. According to TechCrunch, the female founders are now an upward trend. In the last year, according to the Babson College study, we were not 2014, 2013, we were only 16% of women founders. And last year, this rate is now up for around 36%. So it's really increasing and changing the reality there. This shows that the belief system of our society, especially women, is changing. We are now seeing ourselves as more capable, as really able to be founders and also mothers and wives as well. Another thing that I would like to point is that sometimes people say that you have to do things, you have to do that, you have to do many things, but if you don't change who you are too, your results won't improve. So as we've been hearing all this time, you need to invest on who you are and see yourself differently. So if you want to be a CEO or anything you want to, you need to start doing the small things the way that this new person that you want to become would do. So dress up like, if you want to be a CEO, dress up like a CEO, talk like a CEO, go to the bathroom as a CEO. Pay attention in the small details. And another really interesting thing that is happening in our society now is the convergence between the sacred science and the mainstream science. Because you don't have to choose one thing or the other. You can evolve and grow with both. You can be rational, but you can also do and practice meditation and other sacred science. Other sacred, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. sometimes people tend to judge, but you have to be different if you want to create something different in the world. Talking about convergence between sacred science and mainstream science, here is the Tree of Life, Kabbalah, and this is the pattern that Albert Einstein was inspired by when he created the several dimensions theory. So in this bottom spirit that you can see is Malkut, that is the physical realm. The physical realm is the result of all the other spheres of it, the more subtle, and things that you cannot grasp with your 5 physical senses. So now science is starting to, with the evolve of the quantum physics to this, people are starting to see how true and how worth it is. My first Kabbalah teacher was Luis Kozlowski. He is now my husband and father of our beautiful son David, that is now 6 years old. Again, he was the first that saw the potential in me. And if it wasn't because of his teachings and what he saw, I wouldn't be here. So surround yourself with people that can see the potential in you. You certainly see the results. Here is me in 2010. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was taking a sabbatical year because I wanted to be really close to my baby and breastfeed and do all the stuff that moms do. But I still wanted to do great things. I didn't know where to start, but I knew that it was possible. And then I thought, well, I want to help people, I want to make a difference. Then perhaps business can be a good tool for that. So I applied for FGV, that is one of the best business schools in Latin America. I studied a lot. I didn't sleep at night because I was studying for the test. It was a really hard test, and I got it. But once I got in, it was really tough because I was the only mom, and all of my colleagues, they were doing full stream and all time working and doing meetings for the things that we had to do for the college, and I couldn't keep up with them because I had a very small child. So after 1 year, I dropped out of school. It was tough, but I had to make a choice. Then I chose to be with my small child. But I still wanted to. I won't give up. I still want to make a difference. I won't give up on myself. And I started to study via internet. And then in one of my searches, I found this site from Ali Brown, Elevator Business. Ali is considered the business guru for women in America. And you submit and you have classes in your computer, and you can do several exercises. And this course is focused on structuring your life, because the dynamics of your life completely changes after you are a mother and you still want to work. And also on marketing and business tools. And inside this Elevate community, I met Christine Closer, that is a book coach. And she was asking for applications for the new authors for her next launch in 2013. And then I thought, well, that would be nice to share and to write and to be more close to the people through a book. And then I was featured in this book that came out to be one international bestseller in Amazon. it's co-written with Neil Donald Walsh, Barbara Marx Herbert, and Eliza Nichols. That was part of The Secret, and it was an amazing experience. Some months after, I was signed up with several newsletters by business mentors, and in one of these emails I got one invitation from Evan Pagan. Evan Pagan is one of the leaders in the marketing and digital industry. And he was looking for business models from young entrepreneurs. And I thought, well, let's try. And then, since we were doing coaching and mentoring to several companies, I wanted to do something that could scale this to more people, because we could only see a very limited amount of people per week. So I started a video with a business model by inserting the tools that we use, the transformational tools, inside a video game. And they saw the video, they liked, and they called me to be there in Chicago in a 1 week, very intense training. It's accelerated, high growth business training. This guy sitting in the middle is Brian Franklin. He was one of the people that helped LinkedIn to reach 2 billion users. So some months after, I was in a birthday party. And I was there, just enjoying myself and not thinking about business. But then, when I look at the door, who was entering? It was Luiz Helena Trajano. For those that who don't know Luiz Helena, she is the retail queen of Brazil. She has more than 500 stores, and the net worth, she sells around $10 billion per year. It's amazing. She's an icon there in Brazil. And I've always wanted to meet her, but I was there, should I approach her or not? I'm shy, but then I took a deep breath and then I introduced myself. Hey, I'm Vivian, how are you? And started to talk about my experience in Chicago. And she said, well, that's pretty cool what you're doing. Don't you want to be a part of this group, Mulheres do Brasil, that I founded recently? And I said, oh, yeah, of course. How can you say no to this? And then we started to do meetings. Every month we gather and we discuss things, how can we do things that we can do to improve the country, education, social, entrepreneurship. And then some months after, I was in a forum for female entrepreneurs, and one of the panelists was Susan Fonseca, and she was talking about Singularity University and how they are doing things there, and really doing crazy things. I'll just show you just so you can see for yourselves.
Here's a quote. In the past century, there were more changes than in the previous 1,000 years. The rate of change is explosive to the point that our ability to understand the implications of it is going to be out of our grasp first. Our intuition about the future is linear, not exponential. What makes a huge difference, the impact of these things, is completely unpredictable.
We can't know what the future is going to be, but we can influence the future.
I have sort of a very simple metric now, which is, are you working on something that can change the world? Yes or no? The answer for 99.99999% of people in the world is no.
What if we created a university focused on the exponentially growing technologies? I called Ray, and he said, great idea, let's do it. Welcome, Professor. Pleasure to have you here. mission of Singularity University is to bring together people from many different backgrounds who are aware of exponential growth of information technology, and to really address the implications of that so that we can understand where society is going.
One of the guys trying to build a quantum computer, and it's really rough going.
Every week in China, a new coal plant is built. Every single week is going to triple its consumption of energy.
The idea behind the team project was having these incredible students actually put their learning to work. Pick a project that will affect 1 billion people possibly in 10 years.
If we could generate 10 ideas, can they impact 1 billion people? Can they possibly impact 1 billion people?
Think about that, the fact that literally a group of students can touch the lives of 1 billion people today. 30 years ago, that would have sounded ludicrous. Today, we can point at dozens of companies that have done just that. Can we inspire people to focus on it long enough and hard enough to go and make it happen?
I think 9 weeks to change the world is an awfully big burden.
We think we're going to sit here as a group like 40 people and agree? That's naive.
If you don't like the idea, then that's it.
Forget disagreement. Let's just be friends and work together. This doesn't work like this.
You've got to do 3 things to be successful. You've got to create like a god, command like a king, and work like a slave.
Changing anything that we've done for decades is risky. Once we stop taking risks, we basically hamper our ability to innovate. The world's biggest challenges can be solved. That's a mindset. We are living in such a risk-averse society that is killing us. There is no problem that an intelligent human mind cannot overcome. None whatsoever.
We may have something really, really good.
Okay, so this is Singularity University. Focus on the next technologies that will dramatically impact our future. But how can we use these technologies to do positive change? Then I applied, and I was a little hesitant. I thought, well, will they accept me? I'm not a techy person, but I have this diverse background, and they liked it. And I was there. It was amazing. The 5 first weeks, we spent learning with some of the best teachers in the world in Silicon Valley. And in the next 5 weeks, we have to make a project, and a company that can channel all of this change towards something good. Then I was feeling that this female energy, this cooperation, as you saw in this video, there's a lot of tension and sometimes this is good, but it's also important to have more cooperation, and this, that we as women, this empathy, we have more developed in many cases. So I've started Womenation. That is the first social network. So I'm showing firsthand for you here in León how it's going to look like. So it's instead of posting pictures and of your breakfast, you post projects that you want to, for instance, if you want to share, to give books in your neighborhood, you can post there and get help from people around. And people can collaborate with 4 types of resources. That is skills, tools, physical space, or money. So I invite you all to sign up. The first to sign up will earn a founding member badge in their profile. And we plan to launch this in the next months, around September. It's www.womenation.co. And as my last words here in this stage today, I want you to remember how powerful you are and how the small things that you do, the good things that you do for those that are next to you, they always come back. And if we do this every day as a society, we can already have an exponential impact, because love is and will always be the most powerful exponential technology in the world. Thank you very much, everyone.